Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to day one of the new project. We have a name for this project now, all will be revealed in one sec. Let's make a start, let's get on with it, let's see if we can we get this done in one video? Don't know, let's get on with it and let's see. So, it's a little bit cryptic, the name I've given it. I've given it the name of Thomas. The reason I've called it Thomas is because of the number plate, which, as we discovered earlier, or in the previous video, sort of spells out bog shit. So, from that, I have taken bog shit and I've turned that into Thomas Crapper, the person who invented the toilet, or the flushing cistern, or whatever it was. Hence, we're calling it Thomas, for Thomas Crapper. So that's what we're calling it. I won't be telling the buyer who buys this that we'll call it Thomas Crapper, but yeah, that's what we're calling it. So I booked the cam belt. The cam belt was being done not Monday coming, but the following Monday after that. At the same time he's doing that, he's also going to do the brakes on my BMW, because they need doing. So yes, so that's being done, as I say, Monday after next. So I am going to do this rust down here, but before I do that, I'm going to get it up in the air and have a look. I'll get it up at the air, in the air at the front first, and see if we can see where this potential exhaust leak is that was mentioned on the MOT, and then we'll get it up at the back and have a look at that as well. So let's just do those two things. We'll obviously have an inspection underneath as well at the same time. So let's go. Okay, here we are. So I've got it up on ramps, as you can see. There was something on the MOT history about a leaking exhaust. It didn't say whether it was front or back. So I just thought I'd get it up on the front and have a look, because it's quite often the flexi. It may well have been done, of course, I don't know, but I'm just going to have a look and see if I can see anything obvious. Then I might start the engine, but we'll have a look at the front, and then we'll have a look at the back. Obviously I will be servicing this, of course, so it will be back up on ramps again. I'm not doing that now, but we will be doing that probably in this video, in fact. So yeah, let's clamber underneath and have a look. I'll take you under there with me. Right, I can see what they're talking about. It's that. Obviously you get water and vapour in the exhaust, and it's just that where it's. I don't think there's really much you can do about that, is there? I mean, you could put gum around it. Is there any point in doing that? I don't think so, really. It is only an advisory. Don't think I'm going to be bothered too much about that, but I think that must be what it is they're talking about. Apart from that, all looks good underneath. There's no oil leaks anywhere else. Where's the oil filter? Can't see it. Where is it? Oh yeah, that's definitely due to be done, isn't it? It's rusty. Delaminating. Yeah, that's definitely due to be done. Aux belt, I'm looking at the aux belt again down there. Yeah, I'm getting it done anyway, the cam belt. What we got up there that we can see? Anything? Not really. Clutch cylinder looks okay. Looks clean. Not the cylinder, you know, the join, if you can see it there. Yeah, everything looks good and dandy, apart from a bit of water leak there. But as I say, we ain't going to worry about that. No oil leaks from the gearbox. Sump is a little bit on the crusty side. No leaks, but I will give it I'll give it some paint. I'll wire brush it and give it some paint. But no leaks, just a little bit surface crustiness, that's all. Nothing spectacular. Yeah, right, so that's the front. Right, let's have a look underneath at the back. Same applies really. Bit crusty on the rear beams, as they always are. This exhaust is okay. Yeah, so it's definitely the one down the front. I think, as you know what, as we've got this down here now, up here rather, in the air, I think I might as well wire brush this and paint this now. Yeah, blow it, why not? Let's do it. Right, for those of you who don't know what I use, I use this stuff. Someone recommended this to me. You get 2 cans. I think it was on eBay. Was it eBay or Amazon? I can't remember. But you get 2 cans. I think it was about 11 quid. And these, I mean, there's enough to do 2 cars still in there. I think I've done, this will be the 4th car I've done. So out of 2 cans, out of a can, you could probably do 3 cars. Really, really good stuff. And let me show you what I've done. And there it is. It's wet obviously at the moment. It takes actually quite a long time to dry, depending on how heavy you put it on. But let's put the torch. So it's a bit shiny. But yeah, good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Protects it and converts what there is there. Obviously I've brushed it as well. The join there is absolutely fine. There's nothing. That exhaust is all good. No delamination or anything. It looks relatively new. It might be the original, I suppose, but yeah, I keep forgetting these are newer cars, aren't they? They're not 15 years old like some of them. But yeah, that's good. That's the first job done. Now we've done that, we need to get on. It's not actually even that bad. You know, it's barely anything actually. In fact, I was wondering if it even really needs more than just a bit of touching up. Because it's actually there. So I think I might just touch it up. I'll rub it down and touch it up, but all this just needs to come off with tar stuff, because it's just tar. It's not scratches or anything like that. So yeah, I'll give that a little rub down and just touch it up with paint. So I've got most of the tar off. I did run out of tar remover, so it will need a bit of a buff up there, just to clean really, and I'll probably get some more tar remover over it. But yeah, I've done that. That's all done now, that side. And I've done the same on the other side. That's all it needed actually. It just needed a little bit of touching up. Rub down and touching up. That'll probably need a little bit more paint on it down there. But it's a couple of coats, but yeah, I'll probably put some more on. Just a tiny bit, but I've touched a couple of bits up on the door. Those little bits that are on the quarter panel around here, if you remember. I've touched them and you can't see them now. They've disappeared. Literally, even getting close, can't actually see them. Oh, you just about see them. But I'm going to polish all that. I'm going to wet sand and polish that. Obviously not now because I've just done a couple of bits of paint, but we'll do that at a later date. The stereo has come. So I did say that I wasn't going to include the installation of this on this particular video, but here it is installed. It's really, really nice. It's just, I don't know, how can I can't get over how nice it is. It's a really crisp, nice screen. We've got a microphone up there for the phone. We've got the GPS antenna over there, which we didn't need to put there, but I thought for a better signal we would. It's got Waze built in, it's got Google Maps built in. It didn't need the 7-inch surround. I thought it needed the 7-inch surround, but it doesn't. It only needs the 5-inch one, which is the one that was already in it. So that has saved me £79. So I'm so glad that I didn't buy one of those. Now, the steering controls are all working. You can change the source, but you can go to GPS, you can, whatever you want. Plus and minus all works. That all works to move around. Now the mileage wasn't flashing. Unfortunately, it has just started flashing. It wasn't flashing. I don't know why all of a sudden it is, but we should be able to get rid of that using a proxy alignment. Yeah, we should be able to, hopefully. Well, we need to. One way or the other we need to. But it's funny that it wasn't, and now it is. I'm so impressed with this. It just looks absolutely stunning in there. It was £92 with free delivery, including taxes, and it was here in just over a week. It is absolutely beautiful. It comes with everything you need, all the adapters, everything. If you want to see my install video, I installed this, including taking all the trim off, running all the cables, 45 minutes, an hour at the most. Actually installing it and getting it working was about 15 minutes. Really, really easy. Lovely bit of kit. Morning, welcome back. A couple of days at work, weekend has gone, couple of days at work, and then we're back on it again. Got 2 days off, so we're going to try and get this finished, apart from the cam belt. Cam belt's being done next Monday by Glenn, the mobile guy, who I always use, and then I'm going to try and get everything else done today, hopefully, that needs to be done. So what do we need to do? Today, the reason the engine's running is I'm going to give it a service. I've also had delivered pads and discs. I don't know if I need to do the discs yet. It did say on the MOT, was it, I think? Can't remember if it was on the MOT. Slight lip. So we're going to assess how slight the lip is on the discs. If it's anything substantial, then I'll change the discs as well. But I'll certainly be changing the pads. We're going to take the wheels off. Obviously we've got to take the wheels off to do the brakes. Take the wheels off, give it all a good squirt underneath. Double check all the tyres to make sure they're all okay. Clean under the hatch. Before I do, after I've done that, I'll do the seats. I was going to do the seats first, but I want to, obviously water tends to get sprayed inside the car a little bit when you do that, so I just want to make sure that none does. If it does, I can clean it off afterwards. So it was supposed to be a sunny day today. It's very cloudy at the moment, although it's not cold. I was going to do the seats first, but I thought I'd leave it a little bit. They're not actually that bad. They do. There's a couple of little marks here and there, which I probably could just scrub off, but carpets don't need doing. They just needs a hoover inside. The back, I don't even think, I might not even bother doing the back. It doesn't, literally looks like it's never been sat on. I'll do the door cards, which again aren't really particularly dirty, but I'll give it a go anyway. Just freshens it up, doesn't it? These need to be freshened up as well. They're a little bit on the matte side, not matte, you know, a bit on the flat side. So we do something with those. What else? Service doesn't need an MOT, as we know. It's MOT till something like May next year or something. And it's not a cat car, so it doesn't need to be done for insurance. Doesn't need new number plates, they're fine. I'm just going to change the screws. I'm going to clean the engine bay, and then so it's all ready for its cam belt on Monday. That, I think, is it. So I'm hoping to get that all done today, hopefully. Might not, I might go into tomorrow. We'll see, depends how it goes. Let's get on with it. I'm just warming the engine up, we'll get it up on ramps, and then we'll get it serviced. See you on the other side. That's that done. Oil change and new air filter. Air filter wasn't that bad actually. Not that bad at all. Well, I say it's not bad. Yeah, I suppose it is. Definitely worth a change, that's for sure. I don't know if you noticed when I was taking that off, that was broken. So we'll have to screw that back on. Basically, put some glue on it and then put a screw through the bit that goes onto here and into the tube. That holds it in place nicely. It's better with a screw as well, saves it breaking again. This badly needs a clean up under here. I'm just running it up now and then we'll check the level, make sure there's no drips, touch wood. Never have been, but you never know. Always worth checking. That's another job done. I think I might clean under the bonnet as well actually, because it is really dirty. I know the cam belt's being done, so he'll have his greasy hands all over it on Monday, but I can just give it a final wipe over then, so I think I will. I think once we've done that, we'll get down off the ramps and what should we do then? Still no sun at the moment, clouds are moving fast, so hopefully we should be in sun soon, although it's not, as I say, it's not cold. Just thinking what I should do next. I suppose, I think what I'll do is I'll clean that out in the back, because if I can open it with the engine running. I showed you this on the walk around, I think. It's really dirty up there. So I'll get the jet wash in there, give that all a good jet. I need to try and get hold of the number for this stereo. I keep meaning to put a post on the Fiat forum. See if we can get a number for it. If I can get a number for it, I can sell. Well, I can't sell it anyway, but obviously it's a lot more valuable if I can get a number for it. Yeah, so we'll do that next, and then I think what we'll do, we'll make a start on. Yeah, we'll do the brakes. I think we'll get those done. We'll get the wheels off, give them all a good clean all under the arches. I want to do that front and back. I tend to do that on all the cars now. Just check everything under there, usual checks. Yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. We'll get it up in the air, get the wheel off, and then we'll have a look at the brakes. So I'll see you in a bit. Right. There's certainly nothing wrong with these discs. Certainly this one, there's no lip on this disc at all. If you peel the little bits of rust off, there's zero lip, nothing on the back. No, it's just those little bits of rust being pushed off, but pads are very low, very, very low. Almost down to the rivets. Luckily they've not caused any scoring on the disc. Those discs don't look that old actually. But yeah, pads definitely due. So we'll get those done. Facelifts are different. They've got this retaining pin, which I really struggled with. When I did my sister-in-law's one, I really struggled getting it back in. And I've seen lots of videos where people have done it and it just goes bump and it's on. But I really struggled. But I shall use pliers. I'm going to take a picture of how it goes as well. And when I take it off, I'm going to lay it down on how it goes. Because I think I struggled to figure out how it went back on last time and which way around it went. So I got it on eventually, obviously, but it was a real pain in the arse. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. It's probably millimetre and a half at the most. So well overdue. Right, let's get it done. The other side, which was a pain in the arse. I started to film it on time lapse, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I've only ever done one of these before on the facelift, and I couldn't figure out how the bloody hell you did it. To get the caliper off. Discs are fine, by the way. Both sides, they're absolutely fine. There's not even a slight lip. I don't know where they're getting that from. So there's no pin on these that goes through to hinge the caliper, so this whole piece comes off with the pads attached to it. And what you have to do, there are two, so as you can see one just there, there's a little plastic cap that you have to prise out like that, and there's another one further down which I've got my hands on but you can't probably see, no, which I'll take out now. Break my fingernails, there we go, that one comes out. Then you have to undo those and then the whole thing lifts off. So you have to take that spring off. I managed to get it on eventually and I figured out the way you do it now. So what you do is when you put it in at the bottom, well I suppose you could put it in at the top first, but I put it in at the bottom first, stretch it over, get it behind there, and then what you do is you get a pair of pliers, or your fingers even, and push it in there, and then that allows you to get it in there. Really difficult, but there is a knack to it. Once you bend that inwards, it allows you to get that in. Pain in the arse. But there is that pin that goes through with those copper pins on it, or whatever you call them. No messing around with those on these ones. The pads are different on here. Let me just show you as well. So you've got one which is a standard, the same. These are longer pads as well, by the way. These are a different size, these ones. But this one has got this little gubbins on it. So what I do is I put that into the caliper, into the pot. I then put the old pad, outside pad on in front of it, and then I use a pry bar to push the piston in, and that works. That always works a treat, and it did on the other side as well. And then they slip on to the discs nicely. I mean, it might be slightly more difficult if you're putting new discs on, because although these are okay, they have probably worn a bit. But yeah, I find that the best way of doing it. Remove the cap for the brake fluid, just to allow the level to rise, and you know, I think it just makes it easier to for the piston to push in if you do that. yeah, that's it. So I'm going to set you up on time lapse. Hopefully we'll do this one in its entirety on time lapse, as I cut it off on the other one because it was taking me so long and I was scratching my head thinking, what the hell? So yeah, let's do it. I had the same trouble I had the other side. So these things that you undo to take the caliper off, it's getting the nut undone. I thought it was a T40 Torx, which it seemed to undo on the other side. However, it got stuck and I had so much trouble getting the damn thing out. It took me about half an hour to get it out. When I say stuck, the Torx bit got stuck in the actual bolt thing and I couldn't get it out. I've WD-40'd it and it was sort of running down the slots in the actual Torx, and I was using a trim removal tool, a metal one, to try and prise it out. Eventually I got it out, and exactly the same thing happened this side. Now I tried it using an Allen, I thought it was an Allen bolt, but it was just slipping on it, so I had to use that Torx thing. That was the only thing that would get it undone. And then of course the same thing happened on both of them on this side, so I've probably spent an hour and a half just trying to get those Torx things off. So I don't really know what the spec is for that bolt, so if someone knows what that is, these things that hold the calipers on, please let me know, and I'll get one for next time, because that was an absolute pain in the arse. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm assuming it was just because I had the wrong bit that I'm trying to do it with. I managed to get it done up using get those bloody things in. I got it done up using an Allen key, and that worked fine because you know you don't have to over tighten them. So that's absolutely fine. I can't get that thing on now. I can't do it one-handed. Oh, it's gone on. No, it hasn't. So yeah, if you do know what that is, the spec of that, is it? I don't know. If you know what it is, please let me know. Managed to get that one on much easier this time. Now I knew what I was doing. I have to remember that for next time. I really don't like doing the brakes on these facelifts. I don't know why. I suppose this is only the second time I've done it, but they are not as easy as doing them on the other one. The other one I can do in 15 minutes aside. This has taken me, I don't know, 2.5 hours to do this, something like that. That includes obviously removing those bolts, but what a pain in the arse. Absolutely monumental pain in the arse. I couldn't get the caliper to go back either, so as you can see there, unfortunately, what I had to do was loosen off the bleed nipple and push it in that way, and obviously lose some fluid. That was the only way I could get it in. It was as if it had seized, or maybe it had seized, but I couldn't do any other way. I have got a tool for winding it back, but I think it's broken. I need to get a new one really. It just wouldn't work. But yeah, I got it back in the end, but it was an absolutely, whole thing, doing these brakes, a monumental pain in the arse. Look at the state of me. Look at the state of me. Oh my God, I need to clean myself up. So at least they're done now anyway, they're all cleaned up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a wash, get the jet wash on it, then we'll clean off the wheels with the acid spray, and then get those back on as well, and then that'll be the front done, sorted. Yeah, so I'm not going to film myself doing that. I'm just going to get on with it, and then we'll come back once we've got the wheels on, got it back on the ground, and hopefully I haven't let out too much fluid. The reservoir looks okay, so hopefully it'll be all right. Otherwise, it'll have to be a bleed the brakes job. Anyway, let's do it. I'm so glad that's done now. Right, I have cleaned the inside. Only a light clean, really. It wasn't very dirty. I've barely even gone over the back seats, but I won't hoover the car until the seats have dried. I'll wind the windows down in a minute. It's a lovely sunny day now, although it is about 3:15 in the afternoon now, so I've left it a bit late, but it hasn't actually been sunny for that long, although it's warm. We got mats with this car, so I'm not going to put a fresh set of mats in. I'm just going to clean these. I'm just boiling the kettle for some more water, and then I'll give these a light going over. They don't need much, to be honest. They're not too bad at all. Oh dear. I will throw them away and put a fresh set in. Oh dear. Something else I did notice the other day, actually, which I forgot to mention, and I have ordered one. If we go down here, we have no clutch pedal rubber. $2.95 on eBay for what I think is a genuine one. Yeah, quite white. I guess it's worn away. Don't know why the other pedals haven't worn away. Oh, I've just leant on that seat and it's wet. Yeah, forgot to mention that the other day. So yeah, they will go in the bin. Gonna have a nice trip to the dump tomorrow. I've got so much stuff to get rid of. Bumpers have all been cut up and bagged up. So yeah, we'll bin those. We'll put a fresh set in, but we'll do that another time. I have just mixed up some more chemicals as well. It's annoying, but I will give this this carpet's a little bit on the grubby side, so we'll give this a clean, and then that'll be it. I think I haven't looked under there yet to see what did I do with the. Oh no, it's the grey one outside that's got the Apple AirTag. I've put an Apple AirTag in that one as it's parked outside. I haven't put one in this one because it's parked down the driveway. Yeah, right, let's get this clean. Just waiting for the kettle to boil, then we'll do that. Put that on the washing line to dry, and then we can get that back in later on. So, what have we got left to do? Hoover it out, clean the plastics. I've got to do a proxy alignment because I've got that mileage flashing. I've got to clean up what I've done at the front today. I've got to do at the back, so take the wheels off, clean it all up, clean the wheels, put all them back on. I've cleaned under the bonnet. Cam belt's being done Monday. What else? Oh, I know what I'm going to do today. This bit of rough paintwork. As I say, you don't know it's there unless you feel it. But I'm going to attack that today. Hope I don't bugger the paint up. Shouldn't do. Yeah, once we've got that done, we can give that a polish, and then it'll be ready for its wash then. And give it a final clean up. I think that's pretty much all that's left to do. What a quick turnaround, eh? So one video, walk around video plus one video, and hopefully a nice profit. I haven't got a buyer in line for this. I don't anticipate having any trouble selling it, and I still actually haven't decided on how much to sell it for. I must have a look on eBay and see what they're going for. This sort of mileage and this age, obviously, as a facelift. I think I did have a look, and I'm sure they were going for about £5 grand. Bearing in mind it's not, despite it has had damage to it, it is not a cat car. So it should be worth top money, really. But, you know, I sell the cars cheap anyway. So I'm going to have a look in a minute, actually. Once I've cleaned this boot carpet, I'll sit down and have a look, see what sort of money they go for, and I will come back and let you know. I need to clean my face as well. My wife told me I've got a black face. So that's from doing the brakes and cleaning those wheels as well, no doubt. It's all squirted back, and I haven't looked in the mirror, so I don't know what it's like. It's literally taken me about 5 minutes, and that is now as smooth as a baby's bum. I went over it with 1500, wet sanded it, 1500, and then 2,500 with these little pads. I love these are really good. They're about 11 quid. Can't remember if I've already shown you them or not. They're really good. Oh, smell of cannabis. Who the hell's that? Oh. Yeah, all different. Oh, blimey, I'm getting high. All different grades of paper, and then these little sponge pads. So they're much better thing to use. I've been looking for something like this. I mean, obviously, once it's run down, you can even put sandpaper around it and use it just as a soft pad. But yeah, it's obviously flat now, so I'm going to now get the polisher out. I've just dried it off. I'm just going to get the polisher out and give it a. I think I'm going to use the Mazerna, and then I'm going to do the whole quarter in the Mazerna final finish or whatever it's called. Yeah, obviously it's a lot more forgiving when it's white. Anyway, but it's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's that repair it's been done okay, You know, the paint itself is okay, the lacquer itself is okay, but it was all that speckly. I mean, why on earth did they not spend 5 minutes, literally like I have, and flat and polish it? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I've done it now, so yeah, just going to polish it up and then we'll be done on that. So the inside is drying out. I think we've probably reached the end of what we're going to do today. So I think what we'll do is we'll come out tomorrow. The seats will be dry by then. We'll get it all cleaned inside, all the plastics. We'll give it a good hoover. We'll put some new mats in, and then we'll take it up at the back in the air and get those back wheels off and get that done, all clean under there. And I think, apart from the oh, I've got to do that proxy alignment. I might do that now actually, because I've got to sit on a wet seat, so I'll do it tomorrow. That, apart from the cam belt on Monday, is finished then. And then as soon as that cam belt's done Monday, we can go up to sale. Great stuff. Right, it's the following day. Seats are lovely and dry, pretty much clean. There's one or two tiny little bits that I'm just going to go over with a little scrubbing brush. I'm just firing the computer up, which has decided it wants to do an update, a system update, and I'm going to hopefully we're going to get rid of this flashing mileage. Now, the stereo install video went live yesterday. If you haven't seen it, somewhere up there I think it is, it will be a link to it, and I will link to it at the end of the video. I think I've already said that, and in the description as well. Someone said that the flashing mileage, you can set it up on with the CAN bus box. Yes, I think that is potentially the case, but normally with those, and I think a lot of the time it's with those Extrons units, which people in America tend to use. They're a lot more expensive. I'm talking about Series 3 ones generally. A lot more expensive than the cheap Chinese ones. They are the cheap Chinese ones. I don't know what's different about them. Probably nothing, probably just rebadged, maybe some slightly different software, I don't know. But some of those have a setting that you can choose the type of vehicle or the vehicle, and that apparently stops the flashing mileage. I can't find anything on here that will do that. So someone did mention it, I think, someone did mention it on the video, as a comment on the video, but someone's also mentioned it on Facebook. A few people have mentioned it on Facebook as well in the past. I'm hoping a proxy alignment should work, because the only reason it's flashing, as far as I'm concerned, is because it's looking for the original stereo. So by proxy alignment, that should do it. It may throw up other errors, which you then have to go in and clear. That's often with the Bluetooth unit in the Series 3. Of course, this hasn't got a Bluetooth unit because it's a Series 4. Just waiting for this computer to finish doing its thing, and then we'll do it. Right. Seeing as you've seen this before, but see, as you can see, the mileage is flashing. Apple CarPlay is on the screen. We've gone into the body computer, and it's showing proxy configuration control because it needs proxy alignment, and a receiver radio missing because it's not there. Now, we may be able to clear that, and then it will probably come straight back, more or less. Yeah, no fault codes. So if you do a proxy, if you're changing stereo and you do a proxy alignment and it fails, you need to come back into here, because it may have put another error. If there's errors here, it won't do the proxy alignment, and sometimes you have to keep doing it until eventually it takes it. There was one more thing I just wanted to check before I do this. Okay, so once we've done that, we go on to, this is the latest version of multi-ECU scan, so it does give you a few more options. So obviously this is a 2016 car, so we want to go at 2014 plus, and then we click on connect over here. We are already connected by the yellow adapter. We press Y, it connects to the ECU, and now, as always, it will go through and write the proxy data to the body computer, and hopefully it'll work the first time and the mileage will stop flashing. We shall see. Okay, radio receiver removed, so it doesn't like that at all. So we go back and we do execute again. So we know that the radio has been removed, that's why we want to do the proxy alignment. So this should now do it. So it came up with the error telling me there is an error, and the proxy alignment is going to fix it, hopefully. It should do. So it should just read that it's not there anymore and should stop the mileage flashing. So if it doesn't work, then we might have to just go in and clear errors and go back and do it again. I have recently done it 7 times is the total, so it said completed. Press Y to continue, or turn the key to off. I don't think it matters if you do this in any particular order. Press Y to continue. We'll now switch the ignition back on, and it should, hopefully, have stopped flashing. Which it seems to have. Yes, good, that's that done. Okay, so if you haven't got multi-ECU scan, as I say, if you happen to have a stereo where you can set it up on the stereo and choose the actual vehicle, it does, apparently that does work, but I think that will only work on the Extrons. I've not managed to find it on any settings on here, and I've never seen it on any of the ones that I've installed, but it has worked. Mileage is no longer flashing. I put the new base on, and I also put a new, this is the old one, I put a new one of these on as well. The mast, I'm still not getting the RDS signal for some reason, and I don't know why that is. Now this did happen to me once before on one of these Android stereos, and I changed the aerial and then it did. I think they, I don't know, do they require a stronger signal? I don't know, I really don't know. I don't know. What I'm going to have to do is drive it about. It might be because it's down my drive, you know. I do have signal issues just here, to a degree. But I think if I park the BMW down here, it would give me an RDS signal. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But I've looked through the menu. There's nowhere that you can switch the RDS, as far as I can see. There's certainly nowhere in the menus that I can switch the RDS on and off. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've done it, so it is what it is. If I can't get the RDS to work, well, tough luck, Buster. Right, the next thing I'm going to do, I think, is clean these back wheels. So we'll jack it up in the middle at the back, get them off like as we did yesterday with the front ones, get them clean, get them back on, clean it all up underneath with the jet wash, and then that'll be that. And then the last thing to do then is just change the number plate screws, just to tidy up the front number plate and the back number plate. And then I'm not going to bother washing it, because we'll do that Monday after the cam belt's been done. I think that's it then. I think that's all we need to do apart from the cam belt. So we'll get on with that. I'll come back once we've done it. And yeah, hopefully that'll be it. Right, that's all done. There was a massive amount of mud all under there, so I've had to jet wash all this and clean it all up, because absolute masses. I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it's been rallying. I know it's quite muddy at Rochford. Oh, it doesn't come from Rochford. What am I talking about? Yeah, don't know where it's picked up. It looks like it's been driving in a ploughed field. But yeah, that's done. Couple of things. So yeah, I still can't get that RDS to work. I haven't taken it for a drive, but still can't get that to work, so I'm going to have to look into that. But the bloody mileage is flashing again. I've reversed it up the drive so I could do this driveway, and the mileage is flashing again. So I'll have to do it again. Yeah, strange one. There's probably other errors, I imagine, that I didn't clear. So all we really got left to do, we need to do some, when we clean it, we need to get off some more of the tar. I did get off a lot of the tar, but there is still a few little more bits. A couple of little bit more bits of paint to touch up, nothing spectacular. Clean up all the A and B pillar trims, A, B and C pillar trims. I think I've made the seat dirty by sitting on it, so I'm going to have to scrub that again. So these trousers are absolutely filthy. And then we're going to clean the dash, and then that's it. That's all we're going to do. That'll be it then. And as I say, I will have another go at that proxy alignment this afternoon. But everything's done under the wheels. The wheels are done. Fantastic tyres. They're virtually brand new. So yeah, cam belt Monday, and that's it. So what we'll do is I won't come back anymore today. I'll do the bits that need doing. Once the cam belt's done on Monday, we'll come back. We'll go over it again, and then that hopefully should be it, and it can go up for sale. Brilliant. All in one video. Right, Glenn got here at 8 o'clock this morning. He was gone by 9:30, or before 9:30. did the brakes on my BMW, or his mate did, there's two of them came, and done the cam belt on here. £195 for cam belt, water pump and aux belt. It's £10 cheaper on this one because it's a pop with no aircon, so the aux belt is £10 cheaper. So all done. Phonic wheel alignment done. The only thing I've done so far is I've put new screws in the number plate, and that number plate was skewed off this way, so I've centered it and drilled some new holes and put that in. And I've just put new screws and the yellow covers in the back, which was a bit of an issue because the inserts came out, so I've supported it with some sticky pads as well, but it should be okay. They're metal ones, so they're not actually that heavy, funnily enough, because they're quite thin. So done, apart from its final clean. So I've just got the jet wash out. I'm going to give it a snow foam, give it a wash. I'm probably not going to bother polishing it. I don't think it really needs it. We'll get any bits of tar off of it that need to be done. And then that's it. It's done on the inside. It's all nice and clean on the inside. There's one other thing I've got to do in that box just there. I was going to do it first, but I don't want to get water down the back of it once I've stuck it on, so I'm going to stick on that on there to cover up that crack. And we have also got a bit of crack in there. I'm not going to bother doing anything about it. I'm just going to leave it. It is what it is. You just go on forever, can't you? But yeah, almost there. Very, very, very close to being finished. So yeah, let's get it clean. When my neighbour's cleaner is moved, I will get it out on the street, black the tyres up, and then we'll get some photographs done. I swear this one's smaller than the one I had before. Am I putting this on the right way? So we've got arrows that point that way. I don't think, no, that's obviously, it doesn't go on that way. It doesn't cover as much of it as I have known it to in the past, which is a nuisance. So we'll put it just on the lip, like so. There we go. There we go. And then we'll take off the protective cover. We can. A lovely bit of chrome. Yeah, that looks nice. It covers up most of it. Yeah, like that, like that. When I was cleaning it, I noticed that the petrol cap is just sitting on there. I imagine that's because it's got all gunged up and they couldn't lock and unlock it, so they've just left it unlocked. Let's try it. No, it's not actually, it locks fine. I will give it a, it did click a little bit then, so I will give it a bit of a lube up like I normally do. Some around the rubber seal there, oops. And then we put a little bit in the keyhole, so I'll take the key out. And I like to put that in, just give it a little squirt in the keyhole. Just a bit, not a lot. That'll do. Just to help it along, and that should stop the clicking. There you go. Perfect. I'll take that off. There we go. That's that. Need to clean this up a little bit more. I thought I was going to have to put some glue on it, but it didn't need any glue. It just fits over nicely on the pedal. It's got like ridged, and you just sort of flick it all over, so it's yeah, it's sturdy as anything. Might have benefited from a bit of glue, I suppose, but I don't think it's going to come off. So that finishes it off nicely in there. What else? I think that's about it now. Just need to carry on and touch up a couple of little bit more coats on those little bits of paint. And I think we've cleaned it now, as you can see. I'm just going to get some easy coat over it. And I think we're then done. Just need to black the tyres up once my neighbour's cleaner has moved out of the way. I can get it out on the street. Yeah, almost there. That's it. We're done. All clean. Easy coat over it. Bit of polishing here and there where I needed to. All the bits of paint touched up that needed to, which is only very minuscule. Cam belt done. That beautiful stereo in there with the RDS now working. If you didn't see the RDS video that I did on how to activate that, click on the link above and that will take you to it. That will be quite handy for lots of people who have bought an Android stereo and who can't get the RDS to work. I figured it out, thankfully. So yeah, it's looking absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. There's a few little marks on it. A couple of little bits hickeys on the bumper. Nothing very much. I'm not going any further with it. It looks really nice. And it's a facelift, of course. Price wise, I'm going to price it at $3,950, which is cheap. Retail price for these is going between $4,500 and $5,000, some a bit more. And I know it's not a damaged car, in inverted commas, although of course we know that it has had some damage repaired to it previously. But what car hasn't? Very few are completely straight cars of this age, 9-year-old car. So that's it. Project, I forgot what it was called now. Thomas, wasn't it? Project Thomas, Thomas Crapper. Or bog shit, whatever you like to call it. All done. I know it's only a pop, but it's a facelift pop. So although it's an entry level, it's not an old style one, and it's got that beautiful stereo. I know I keep banging on about that stereo, but that just makes so much difference, especially for the young buyers that is probably going to buy this. So yeah, another one complete and in one video too. So that's it. That is the end of Project Thomas. Hope you've enjoyed the project. I told you I was going to try and get it done in one video. So we had a walk around and then we have had one video, and that's it. Look, hands free. I'm not holding the camera. It makes change, doesn't it? Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get. I keep banging on about that stereo, but it does make all the difference. So that is it on Project Thomas. Hope you enjoyed it. Another BCA car which was successful. I haven't sold it yet, of course, but yeah, $3,950. So that's it. As always, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon down there to be notified when we upload new videos, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the video. Any comments will be read and I will mark them as with a heart and whatever else it is to show that I've seen it. If it needs a reply, I will reply. I always reply if they need a reply. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.